This warp storm could trap us here for a month or for a century. We cannot risk staying here. We must evacuate Tartarus before it arrives in 3 days' time.
The Imperial Guard and Holy Fleet can attend to the evacuation. The Blood Ravens have more pressing matters to contend with.
Such as?
I believe agents of chaos have taken strong root here.
I sense no taint here. Even so, were there a chaos presence on Tartarus? It is better we leave them here with the Orks than waste more lives fighting them. We could wish no worse fate for either of our enemies, and to be trapped with the other. But we must leave here now.
That is a matter for my brothers and I to decide. We will use these 3 days to settle our affairs and satisfy our suspicions. Meanwhile, you have our transports to facilitate evacuation.
Colonel Brom, the captain and I must attend to matters of faith. If you would leave us, please.
But surely this involves me as a...
Forgive me for not being clear on the matter. I said please, when in fact I meant now.
This does involve him. You should have shown him a modicum of respect.
Captain, you uncovered extensive heresy on your home world. Cyrene, was it?
That has nothing to do with the events here on Tartarus.
But I believe they do. You requested the Inquisition undertake an exterminatus, the destruction of your planet's entire populace, which we obliged.
I still fail to see...
Captain, I am not questioning your loyalty, but I must wonder if your actions on Cyrene have not affected your judgment. Perhaps that was a poor choice of words. I merely fear that you might see chaos, but it does not exist. I ask that as a loyal subject of the Emperor, you serve the Imperium's interest before your own agenda.
Captain, that Inquisitor had no right to speak to you in such manner. But perhaps he is right. The coming storm will trap our enemies here, where they can consume one another.
And what if the forces of chaos escape the system before the storm? No. We will not use this freak occurrence as an excuse to avoid our enemies, or our responsibility. They are here for a reason, and we will discover that reason.
We are with you, brother Captain, as always.
The humans are coming your way in full force. You should hear their heavy feet long before you see them, and smell them long before that.
Orbital Command has indicated the dropship landed in this general proximity. We've discovered a path, Captain. It's obvious someone has been digging here.
Cut by Orks?
I've never seen an Ork lend such a careful hand to a task.
If it wasn't Orks, then it must be the forces of chaos. We will follow this path and discover the truth behind what has transpired here.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to mission 5 of Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War.
The sacred artifact will now be available to us. Construct it, and we will have access to powerful abilities for the Imperium.
In this level, we're going to be facing a new opponent after we decimated the Orks in the previous one. It is going to, however, take a little bit of time before we really get things up and running in this level, but in the meantime, all of the basics still apply.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
We will get some Space Marines and see about exploring a bit of the area. Now, we will be facing the Eldar in this mission, and for the next two missions after this one as well. And the Eldar are a pretty challenging foe to go up against, not because their units are particularly strong, but because they've got massive range on their side, number one, and number two, their units do deal a lot of damage as well. So even though Eldar units die very quickly, they should not be underestimated.
Attacking as ordered.
Now,
The Emperor protects.
we need to get to this location over here and clear out the Eldar forces. Before we can get there, of course, we need to try and capture as many of these strategic points as we can along the way.
This
The
day
Eldar
shall
are
be a
going to make
glorious
use
one for the
of
Imperium.
their mech units in order to jump over cliffs. So having a couple of turrets is going to be a very good idea for us.
My faith is my
Okay,
shield.
perfect. Let's get a servitor up and running in that area. And everything else applies. Get our power up and running. Get our monastery up and running.
The
And
Emperor
all
protects.
upgrades that we can work on.
Scouts ready. Lining up our targets.
On alert, brothers.
Okay.
The enemy must be nearby. Space Marines, advance. My aim shall not
Alright, let's
falter.
advance a little bit
Space
forward.
Marines,
We're not really going
advance.
to be fighting a lot of Eldar just yet.
Scouts awaiting
On
orders.
alert, brothers.
Yes,
The
my lord.
enemy must be nearby.
As we progress further, we will be engaging more with Eldar, but this level is actually pretty mild in comparison to the levels that are coming up.
The Emperor protects.
The Eldar attacks are not going to
Today,
be
the
as
enemy
heavy,
shall know fear.
but as we progress, we are going to be encountering more and more Eldar forces. Those orcs are screwed.
Wait. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw
They were
breath,
fleeing.
there can be
What could
no
inspire
peace.
fear in an orc?
What can indeed inspire fear in an orc? That is a very good question.
Beware the alien,
Shadows.
the heretic.
Yes,
An
Lord.
unseen force.
Yes, Lord.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Okay, we can build more plasma generators as we
On alert,
progress.
brothers. The enemy must
Something
be
is
nearby.
not right here.
Space
These
Marines,
orc bodies
advance.
do not look like they were dispatched by Imperial hands.
What is your order?
We must
He
proceed
who
with
stands
caution.
with me shall be my brother.
Now, the heavy bolters are especially effective against the Eldar because a large portion of their units are just normal infantry, while their more elite units will be on the heavy infantry side. So we are going to be making a mix of heavy bolters and missile launchers. We will be encountering a side quest very, very soon. I think let's get our rockets up and running, because if we do run into some of their tanks now, which is very possible, we kind of want to be just a tad bit more prepared than what we are right
On alert,
now.
brothers.
And of course,
The
we
enemy must be nearby.
need escalate engagement
Yes,
as
Lord.
soon as we're able to, of
At your
course.
command.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Actually, in fact, getting a listening post first is an even better idea. We need to get our requisition up and running, because this is way too slow.
Beware the alien,
Initiated.
the mutant, the heretic.
Scouts awaiting
Walk
orders.
softly.
Scouts ready.
Carry a big gun.
Yes,
Eldar, this day shall be a
Stay out of the
glorious
presence
one
of the
for the
forces of
Imperium.
chaos.
Be it Eldar or Chaos. I will have answers either way. Press on. Carry a big gun.
Now for this mission, especially on insane difficulty, you should always target the webway gates. If you take too long to target these, their forces will just become bigger and bigger and bigger. And for now, it's not that bad, but in some of the upcoming areas, they quickly spawn units like Reapers, who do extra damage against heavy infantry, and warp spiders, which also do quite a bit of damage.
Beware the alien.
So yeah, target those webway gates, get them out of the way as quickly as possible, hence why having missile launchers is also a very, very good idea. Let's get our weapons up and running, followed by health.
At your command.
Secure this area. And then keep on moving forward.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Today, the enemy
Would also
shall
be a
know
good
fear.
idea if we can get another Space Marine squad, but for now it's a little bit more important to get
He who
our
stands with me shall be
upgrades.
my
Ah,
brother.
there we go.
What would you
This is what I'm talking about. So they jump over this cliff, they drop a bunch of units, and then they just leave again.
yes, most
Making a couple of
beneficent one.
turrets over here is really not a bad idea. Guardian squads are like the scouts. They're not really strong, but of course they can take down buildings if they have big numbers.
The Emperor
So,
protects.
Most beneficent one.
yeah,
Thank you,
it's
sir.
it's going to be a good idea to build 2 turrets. And you can see they die very quickly, so with 2 turrets they won't stand a chance at all.
Position secure.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Yes, Lord.
Scouts awaiting orders.
This day shall be a glorious one for the
Okay, turret number 1 and turret number 2.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath,
Scouts
there
ready.
can be no peace. The Emperor protects. This day shall be
Scouts
a
here.
glorious one for the Imperium.
Scouts in position.
Okay, we are nearing
Scouts awaiting
to
orders.
the side
Yes, my lord.
quest.
Scouts charge. We will take them down from here.
Today the enemy shall
my
know
lord.
fear.
Yes, Lord.
Well done.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Perfect.
He who stands
Okay,
with
let's
shall
see about
be
getting
my
another
brother.
Space Marine squad. Okay, so what's gonna happen now is we're gonna pass through this cliff area, and then a couple of these,
None can stand.
Beware
what do you
the
call it? A
Inquisition.
couple of these Reaper squads are gonna pop out.
Dark Reapers, fall back. We need Rhino transport tanks. They will allow us to get through unscathed and attack the Dark Reapers on those cliffs above. Shall be my brother.
We don't need a Rhino transport tanks in order to get through. This is the
Today the enemy shall know them at the machine cult.
reason why I wanted to get heavy bolters in the first place. We're just gonna take these guys down from a distance. Not a
The
problem.
Emperor protects.
Gonna be even better if we can get level 2 health up and
Yes,
running.
most beneficent one.
This day shall be a glorious one.
So let's just wait a little while. Things are going incredibly slow at the moment, I know, but once we get past this point and once we clear out the area over here, we're gonna be fine.
Still draw breath, there can be no peace. Space Marines, advance! My faith is my shield.
Yeah, they're heavy infantry. Yeah, it would have been better if we had plasma guns, but we have distance with the heavy bolters.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Faith is our shield.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Perfect.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. How can I serve? What would you have me do? My faith is my shield.
Almost
I
through.
await your instructions. Here to serve.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic. Today the enemy shall know fear.
Yes, most beneficent
While the
one.
enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
Okay, here comes the
Emperor
next group.
protects.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Today the enemy shall know fear. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath.
No, don't go too... Oh, come on. Did not focus over there.
The enemy must be
Literally just gave away a Space Marine squad for nothing.
Advance.
Yeah, hence the reason why we're going with distance
Hold formation
instead.
and attack. On alert, brothers. The
Yeah,
enemy
Dark
must be
Reapers
nearby.
really wipe out Space Marines very quickly.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath.
But our Space Marines also do a similarly good job.
Are the Emperor's chosen for the glory of the Imperium.
My faith is my shield. My faith is my shield. Praise the Emperor. Today the enemy shall know fear.
Almost done.
Praise the Emperor. Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
Come on, kill him already.
On alert, brothers.
There we go.
The enemy must be nearby.
Okay,
Space Marines, advance!
next
Follow
stop
me
is
into
going
battle.
to be heading
He who
into the
stands
small
with
area
me
over
shall
here
be
and
my
immediately targeting
He
the
who stands
Webway
with
Gate.
me shall be my brother.
Don't even play around. Just target that whipway gate, get it over and done with.
I await your instructions.
My faith is my
Now, generally, if you wait too long, that whipway gate will spawn a lot of units very, very quickly. So from here on out, I would say the worst is pretty much over and done with. We're going to capture this listening point over, or that strategic point over there, and then just start bringing in tanks and stronger units.
Scouts in position.
My faith is my shield. My aim shall not falter.
From here on out, just pretty much upgrades.
Yes, Lord.
Scouts awaiting orders.
What do you have me do?
Faith is our shield.
Walk softly and carry a big gun. The Emperor protects. By my command.
I think at this stage we have enough squads going in order to...
Shall know fear.
Yeah.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
We
The
can
Emperor
keep our one force
Follow me
commander.
into battle. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Make a fourth squad.
Yes, most
Scouts
beneficent
in
one.
position.
Capture that,
My aim
please.
shall not falter.
And now let's
My
slowly but
aim
surely
shall
move
not
forward.
falter.
Yeah, Vipers. Strong against infantry, but we have rocket
The enemies
launchers.
of the Emperor
Yeah,
still
there we go.
draw
Warp
breath.
Spiders. More elite-based forces. They're incredibly good against infantry
Praise
and
the
vehicles. So, yeah, we have plasma guns. So, dealing with them is really not going to be a problem for us.
The Emperor protects.
Scouts here.
Here to serve.
He who stands with me shall be
What's
my
your
brother. Today the enemy shall know fear.
I'm more concerned about the Dark Reapers than anything else.
Be my brother. This day shall be a glorious one.
Position secure.
Mortal Emperor. My faith is my
Oh, I didn't get the plasma guns.
The Emperor protects.
A lot faster if I did. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Just gonna keep on sending units.
Scouts awaiting orders.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Scouts in position. Scouts
While
charge.
the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace. On alert, brothers.
Ever
The
vigilant.
enemy must be nearby.
Heresy grows from idleness.
We can get one more squad if we want to, just to have another rocket squad. But in all honesty, we're doing pretty fine at the moment.
Taking damage.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
What makes warp spiders so deadly is the fact that they can teleport in and out of locations like you
While the
just saw
enemies
right
of the
there.
Emperor still
So
draw
you can
breath,
use them
there
to
can
do
be
a
no
lot of
peace.
damage at many different
Follow
locations,
me into battle.
as long as they have energy to
Follow
teleport
me
with.
into battle. By my command, attack. Follow me into battle. Follow me into battle. The Emperor protects.
But of course, if you teleport them blindly into an army like this, you're just going to be wasting your own money and your own troops.
By my command,
Yes, most
attack.
beneficent one.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be
Howling Banshees, on the other hand, pretty damn powerful and handy units to make use of. They die relatively quickly, but their melee damage is pretty damn insane. Now, I wouldn't consider them as good units to use against a specific group of Space Marines like this, but against the Orks, on the other hand, can work a whole lot better.
by my command.
Different units for different
Still draw breath,
situations.
there can be no
Taking
peace.
damage.
Scouts
Praise
charge.
the Emperor.
Attack. Scouts ready.
Beware the alien. He who stands with me shall be my brother. Walk softly and carry a big gun. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
Yes, my lord.
He who stands with me shall be my
Yes,
brother.
Lord.
For the glory of the
While the
Okay,
enemies of the Emperor
time
still
for
draw
us
breath, there can
to
be no peace.
establish
While the enemies of the Emperor still
a
draw
foothold
breath,
and
there
then
can be
start
no
getting
peace.
mech on our side.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
Yes, Lord.
Walk softly and carry a
We
big
are the
gun.
Emperor's chosen.
He who stands with me shall be my brother. The Emperor protects. To me, praise the Emperor.
Yes, Lord.
My faith is my shield. Space Marines, advance!
From here on out, it's literally just pushing forward, pushing forard, pushing forward.
Beneficent
Beware
one.
the alien. The mutant.
Told you, this level is really not
we
that
know that the
difficult.
Orks and Eldar are not weak together.
When one enemy attacks another, it does not mean they aren't in
He
league,
who stands
just
with
that they
me
are
shall
living
be
up to
my
their lack
brother.
of honor.
And those who
My
lack
faith
honor
is my
deserve
shield.
death.
I await your instructions.
Praise the Emperor. Follow me into battle. Beware
Alright, let's
the
get rid
alien.
of the small little orc encampment over here, and in the meantime,
I await your instructions.
get these buildings up and running.
What would you have me do?
We've dealt the orcs a heavy blow in the previous level. Dealing with them at this stage is really not a problem for us. And we've got a pretty strong Space Marine army going on here, so
Emperor protects.
not concerned at all.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Praise the Emperor. My faith is my shield.
Although they should not be underestimated though.
Beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic.
For the Inquisition.
The Emperor protects. My faith is my shield.
Here to serve.
Taking heavy fire.
Okay, Hellfire Dreadnoughts,
This
prefer
day shall
using
be a
those.
glorious
Yes,
one.
Lord.
Apothecaries are standing by to
Yes,
tend to
Lord.
our wounded. What would you have Build them at the sacred artifact. The mutant, the heretic.
Get another Space Marine squad. Oh, actually, we already did.
Walk softly
Perfect.
and carry a big gun. What would you have? On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. What would you have?
Yes, most beneficent one.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Yes, most beneficent one.
Walk softly and carry a big gun. Follow me into battle. This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. What would you have me do? By my command,
Ready to serve.
attack!
Again.
Scouts ready. The enemy is in our sights.
Here to serve.
Okay,
Space Marines, advance!
this should be it.
Follow me into battle and carry a big gun.
The enemy is attacking. Command me.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Follow me
Almost
into
ready.
battle.
Serve.
Scouts here,
Yes,
infiltrating enemy
most
territory.
beneficent one.
Faith is eternal. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for
This
yourself.
day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
My knowledge is at your disposal. I will destroy their minds
Emperor
and burn
protects.
their
Here to
bodies.
serve.
Faith
Hey, Orcish base is out of the
Praise
way.
the Emperor.
is eternal.
And now let's finish off the Eldar.
Today the enemy shall know
Taking
fear.
heavy fire.
Praise the Emperor.
Defending objective at your command. Attack.
Yes, most beneficent
Today the
one.
enemy shall know fear.
Faith is eternal. Yes, my lord. Attacking as ordered.
Walk softly
At last,
and carry a
back to
big
war.
gun.
Command me. Awaiting orders.
Walk softly.
I am ready to serve. Again. Faith is
Oh,
eternal.
yeah.
Identifying targets. I have waited long for this day.
Shit. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. If you don't take care of those waypoint gates quickly, you might get overwhelmed.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
I have awoken.
Defending
On
objective.
alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. Space Marines, advance. The enemy must be nearby.
Again.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
At last, back to war.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace.
I am ready to serve.
My faith is my shield.
Our army is a whole lot stronger than what it may seem.
The Emperor protects. Today the enemy shall know fear. Beware.
These Seer Councils are incredibly powerful melee fighters. Be careful of them for sure. Come on, tanks, we need vision. Take care of that building ASAP.
By my command, this day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. Praise the Emperor.
At last, back to war.
Oh, thank heavens.
I am ready to serve again.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Command me.
On the left, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
This is just because of 2 whipway gates, huh?
The enemy shall know fear. He who stands with me shall be my brother. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be no peace. Praise the Emperor. On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby. Fire in the hole! For the Inquisition. The Emperor protects. This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium. While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath.
Okay, so we sure did lose a lot of our guns, but we still managed to get on top. That is the one positive thing.
Praise the Emperor. My faith.
And we're still pushing them back.
The Emperor protects.
It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. I have waited at last for this day war.
What would you have me do? What would you have me do? What would you have me do?
Yeah, I'm sensing another whipway gate. Yup. There we go.
What would you have me do? Today the enemy shall know fear.
Even in death I still serve.
Alright, that should be
Beware
the worst.
Walk softly.
Did I lose? Oh, I lost the Space Marine group.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Yeah, I did.
You have me.
Wow, they must have disappeared instantly.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath.
No matter.
No peace.
Here to serve.
Walk softly
Command
and
me.
carry a big gun.
Command me.
Establishing a secondary base near this location will give us a
Here to
forward
serve.
position with which to engage
I
the
will
enemy.
do as you
Beware
ask.
the alien.
It is better to
Yeah, not a problem. We'll do that.
Today the enemy shall know fear. My faith is my
even in
shield.
death I still serve.
Praise the Emperor. My
I am
aim
ready
shall
to
not
serve
falter.
again.
On alert, brothers. The enemy must be nearby.
At last, back to war.
On alert, brothers.
Even in
The
death
enemy
I
must be
still
nearby.
Yeah, they're making relatively quick work of our mech, that's for sure. Cannot wait to get Predator tanks.
At last, back
Beware
to
the
war.
alien, the mutant,
Command
the
me.
heretic.
Faith is eternal. I am ready to serve again.
This day shall be a
Even in
glorious
death I
one
still
for the
serve.
Imperium. What would you have me do? Praise the Emperor.
Better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself.
What would you have me do? My faith is my shield.
Even in death I still serve.
While the enemies of the Emperor
Wow,
still
these
draw
are
breath,
big armies.
what would you have me do? My faith is my shield. shield. Praise the Emperor. Follow me.
Yeah, I'm concerned about this situation. Okay, what I'm gonna do is, it's a bit of a risk. I'm gonna see if I can get vision of that last. Oh man, not just 2x3. Yeah. It's one of Eldar's great weaknesses, though. The webway gates serve as their food supply as well, and so you're not just cutting off their teleportation ability like that, but you are also cutting their food supply. And in a situation like this, you just dive in, do damage. If you have a lot of sacrifice, if you lose a lot of units, then so be it. It's not that bad.
This day shall be a glorious one for the Imperium.
Didn't even realize we lost our librarian. Yeah, and as you can see, now we're melting this army pretty quickly.
Yes, most beneficent one, with all due haste.
Venerate the immortal Emperor. An open mind is like a fortress, with its gates unbarred and unguarded. Hope is the first step.
Alright.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt. Venerate the immortal Emperor. Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment. Venerate the immortal Emperor.
Follow me into battle.
Fear not the Psycho.
Engaging the enemy.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
I am the
I
instrument of his
stand
will.
ready. Venerate the immortal
I am the
Emperor.
instrument
There is
of
no
his will.
such thing as innocence,
At
only
last,
degrees
back
of
to
guilt.
war. Even in death I still serve.
Fear not the Psycho.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Faith is eternal.
He who
Marine
stands
squad
with me shall
deployed.
be my brother. Space Marines, advance!
Okay.
Fear not the Psycho.
Honestly, do we really have to get our librarian there as well? Oh man! Come
Is the first step on the
on!
road to disappointment.
Hold formation and attack!
Direct us to the enemy.
Alright, well this is just making the video a lot longer than what it needs to be. It's not like I can increase the speed as well.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
I'll just cut this piece. Finally.
So the good Inquisitor senses no chaos here. How fortunate for the Imperium that such keen-eyed eagles stand vigil over her gates.
What dark crafts have these Eldar invoked?
None. At least not here. The servants of Chaos sacrificed this poor guardsman themselves.
To what end, Isidore?
I know not. I believe the altar is a marker, a waypoint, in a map that leads elsewhere. Someone defaced many portions of text. Regardless of what Chaos seeks here, the altar requires a sacrifice of blood, or more likely, a life.
Brother Isidore, you have an hour to study the altar. Document everything as is our tradition. Then burn it, lest its taint infect us all.
But Gabriel, there is much to learn from here. We should not be too eager to...
Learn what? Chaos does not teach. It misleads and it betrays. There is nothing to learn here, save for our next course. These transports have been damaged somehow. Make the repairs, and be quick.
Well, Brother Isidore, what betrayal have you wrought? Disabling your own vehicles, harboring artifacts despite your good captain's instructions.
Gabriel does not understand. He does not appreciate the significance of this.
No, but I do.
Quiet, heretic. Once I find what you seek, I will use it against you for the glory of the Emperor and my brothers.
You wish to deal me a harsh blow, to prove your strength and worth. Well, then come to me. I wait at Mount Cora.
Have no fear, sorcerer. I will be there.
Alright, so there we have it. That is the first encounter with the Eldar, and we can also see that we have a bit of a traitor in our midst. So as you can see, the Eldar can be a challenging foe, and this is among the first, I would say, challenging missions to go by. It takes a lot of time to get through all of these things because the Eldar do hit hard, but with enough pressure and making use of the correct compositions, you can actually defeat even their bigger Eldar armies. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, refer it to your friends that would like to learn some more about Dawn of War, and I will definitely see you for the next video. Keep well, see you next time.